A second season of Dexter, Original Sin was renewed, but then cancelled in a reversal, leaving fans to wonder why Season 2 never happened. As a prequel series, Dexter, Original Sin featured familiar characters played by new actors, with Patrick Gibson stepping into the role of Dexter Morgan in his younger years. The prequel is set in 1991, 15 years before the events of the original series. The first season of Dexter, Original Sin premiered on Showtime and Paramount Plus with Showtime on December 13, 2024, and immediately became Showtime's most-watched premiere ever, with 2.1 million viewers. Reviews were solid, with it holding a modestly positive 70% critics rating on Rotten Tomatoes and a 78% audience rating on the Tomato Meter. Dexter, Original Sin was renewed for Season 2 before the show was cancelled. Image via Paramount Plus. As such, it wasn't a surprise when it was announced on April 1, 2025 that Dexter, Original Sin had been renewed for Season 2. What was a surprise, however, was when, for months after its renewal, the news broke that Dexter, Original Sin was effectively cancelled. At the time, sources inside Paramount confirmed that production was on indefinite hiatus and that there were no plans to shoot a second season. Dexter, Original Sin was seemingly a casualty of the Skydance-Paramount merger. The new production team came in and went through every show currently in production to assess how they fit into the new plans. Reportedly, Showtime's new executive leadership team opted to throw their focus and budget behind the Dexter Resurrection revival starring Michael C. Hall, wanting to continue the expansion of the franchise with its longtime face. Did Dexter, Original Sin need a Season 2? The cancellation of Dexter, Original Sin was certainly gutting for the cast and crew, as well as the viewers who launched a fan campaign to save Dexter, Original Sin Season 2. In truth, though, it didn't really need a second season to tell its story. That's the problem with so many prequel series to long-running franchises, which really only have enough material to warrant a single season or limited series. The Dexter, Original Sin finale certainly left enough loose ends open for a second season, but Dexter's story has already been told, and his past revealed, in the original series. Everything fans might have wanted to see, namely, young Dexter's interactions with his father, Harry, who was dead by the time the original Dexter began, was covered in Original Sin. Original Sin fudged the established timeline of Dexter, and had it continued, it would have only further retconned events and killed the mystery of the flagship show. Not every detail needs to be explained. At a certain point, a prequel series is no longer telling an original story that needs to be told or answering questions that need to be answered, and Dexter, Original Sin would have begun running into that problem by Season 2. In fact, that was one of the common criticisms of the series. While it was solid, audiences didn't find the cast nearly as compelling as the original series. Nor did its story truly stand alone, especially since it was set only 15 years before Dexter. Original Sin simply didn't do much to justify its existence. Instead, it felt like a show that existed solely because the studio wanted to expand the franchise in an era when prequel series are trendy. What the cast and crew of Dexter, Original Sin have said about Season 2. Image via Paramount Plus. Understandably, Dexter, Original Sin creator Clyde Phillips was not happy about how the Season 2 cancellation was handled, understandable after he'd been told it was renewed. It was a tough phone call I got that night, when they had already picked up the show, he told the Dissecting Dexter podcast. I had informed all the writers and actors, and then they unpicked it up, all while picking up Resurrection, which was no surprise. It wasn't handled well, and I'm not happy about it. Phillips also revealed that, had Original Sin continued, it would have introduced the younger version of a fan-favorite character. We plotted out a couple of years of this, he said. We were looking forward to introducing new characters like Dokes, imagine Dokes at 25 years old or 30 years old. And Captain Matthews. And also watching Dexter's evolution and Harry's evolution.